Hi, and welcome to the Dirty Cleats podcast. Happy Foo Fighters Eve to the Cincinnati area. Foo Fighters are coming to town tomorrow night to play. I went over to the merchandise table today out in front of Great American Ballpark and got me a T-shirt. Took me about a half hour to get it, but it was worth it. So,
What's it look like? You got it with you?
yeah, hold on. I'll get it out. Oh. Looks like this.
That's nice.
Yeah, and the back. Oh shit! Where the stuff go? Hold on. Never mind. Okay, on the back. Kind of hard to see it, but
I can see it says Foo Fighters at the bottom.
yeah, on the back it has all the different tour dates too. So,
Oh, wow.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So the tour dates are the back side of the shirt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
They're one of my favorite all-time bands. So.
And the sad thing is, I've never even known they were a band until today.
They've been around for 25 years.
I know. I don't know where I've been, man. Don't know where I've been. That some guy that, in our football league, Alvin Ellsburn, brainwashed me into listening to country.
Yeah, brainwashed your country music.
That's what Alvin did.
But yeah, I was pretty excited to get the T-shirt. I was unable to get tickets. I guess they sold out pretty quick, and they're kind of expensive. So, but I'm still a big fan, so I went and got a T-shirt. But
So are you going to the concert tomorrow?
no, tickets are a little more than what
Too
I wanted to
pricey,
do.
yeah.
Well, that and a lot of the where I wanted to sit was pricey, and all the rest pretty much sold out. So couldn't do that, but that's all right.
Well, I was trying to get tickets to the Bengals game, and my God, those things are like an arm and a leg anymore.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that when we were looking at the Eagles tickets. They're like $160-something.
I'm thinking about just going to get one of the nosebleeds and going by myself.
The Eagles game? Well, nosebleed was like $160, man.
One ticket ain't going to be that big of a deal.
It's a lot for me. But speaking of, with bands and sports, we can kind of link this together. Foo Fighters did have a song in the. Yeah, remember the movie Varsity Blues?
Oh yeah, you can't forget Varsity Blues.
They had
it's one of the best of all time.
Called My Hero, but just kind of connecting that music with sports. What's your favorite sports movie
of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much would say I have three that I like a lot. About the same. One is Varsity Blues. The other two are Sandler movies, and definitely The Waterboy. You can't say you don't like The Waterboy. I mean,
no, not at all.
And then probably Happy Gilmore. And I'll tell you something funny about Happy Gilmore. Yeah. Morris, the alligator at the end of the movie, the one with the one eye.
Yeah.
When Aaron and I lived in Colorado, we saw him on a gator farm. I've actually seen Morris. Yeah, I've actually seen him. It was in Colorado I don't remember the name of the town, but if you look it up on Google, it's about an hour to an hour and a half away from where I lived. And I saw that dude. I saw that. He was big. Like a 400-pound gator, man. Yeah. But I saw it. It said, here lies Morris. And I'm like, when we first walked up to it, and I'm like, Morris? And they were like, yeah, that's the same gator. And I'm like, wow. And it was him.
Gotcha. What about The Longest Yard? That's another stand. That was a remake.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
You never saw the remake?
I don't know why. With movies, and the fact that I don't really watch a lot of movies, when I see one and I like it the first time, I'll just keep watching it. And if I don't see one, I usually just don't see it. Not because I don't think it's good or it could be. I just don't really want to take all my time watching movies. You're
not a movie
with
guy.
With being OCD, I spend my time cleaning.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I should make my own cleaning business,
I got you. Well, I mean, I guess my favorites, off the top of my head, Major League would be one of them.
I remember Major League. That wasn't bad. It's really weird because I think Charlie Sheen's good in that movie, but on 2.5 Men, I do not like him at all.
It's a different type of sense of humor, that's for sure.
Yeah.
In that movie. Or on that show, you have to kind of dive into that, or be into that kind of humor. Try to think. Major League, Hoosiers was another one.
Yeah, I remember Hoosiers.
Yeah, Longest Yard was good. I'm trying to think of some of the other movies that I really liked. That's the sports Blue Chips from back in the day with Shaq was in that.
I think I've seen it. I think.
Yeah. But those are some of the older movies that I like. I'm sure there's other sporting movies.
What about the movie Space Jam? Do you remember that?
I never watched it.
I think I've seen it, but it's just been so long that I can't really remember. I remember Muggsy Bogues was in it.
I think when it came out, I was in high school, and I felt I was too old for it.
We were in high school then. It was Muggsy Bogues, and I think Sean Bradley was the big guy.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that were in it back then, and I mean, now that those guys are getting old, like you and I are 48, so you think about Sean Bradley's probably at least in his mid to late 50s.
Probably. Well, what about White Men Can't Jump? You ever seen that one?
Yeah, with Woody Harrelson. Yeah,
that's good. Good.
My favorite movie with Woody Harrelson, though, is probably Friends with Benefits, where Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake are in that movie together. And he's Justin Timberlake's friend, and he plays a gay guy, and he's just really funny in that movie, dude. It's funny.
I gotcha.
And Woody Harrelson's a great actor.
Well, he's from Ohio.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That sounds probably right. Yeah. You've never seen the movie Friends with Benefits?
I think I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good movie, man.
I think during that time when some movies came out, there were some of them that were kind of all similar, so they kind of maybe ran together. So they kind of
did. But Woody Harrelson, man, he can play any role.
Oh no, he's really good.
He's funny.
He's funny, but we kind of went through a little pulp culture there. But what else did you want to talk about today, Tom?
Well, I had a couple things on here I wanted to ask you before we dive into all the things we got going on, and we know we're going to talk about in a minute. But what do you think about Ellie de la Cruz, man? 51 stolen bases. Yeah, I mean, really, and the guy in second from the Brewers has 31. You're talking 20 stolen base lead in the MLB. That's something, man. And this is not some small little Ricky Henderson's type guy. This is a big dude.
Was he like 6'4", 6'5", right?
Yeah, and Ricky Henderson was like 5'10", probably like our height.
He was a little.
I mean, for a guy to be as big as Ellie is just that's unreal, man.
Well, he's got the stolen bases going. He's also hitting decently, but he's hitting a lot of home runs too. He hit another home run today, actually, against the Braves.
Yeah, and now they got that pitcher that they brought up, and they're going to have a core and some hitters. You know what they're going to do, and I think it's very smart. I think they're going to try to sell off some of those pitchers, this year or in the off season to group together to get a power hitter.
Well, because the trade deadline comes up on Tuesday, the 31st.
Yeah, it's not long.
Yeah, so
it's like next week. So I think they're going to get a power hitter, but I don't know if I don't think they might not get the power hitter until next year before the season starts. But if they get in there and get a guy that can knock a run in here or there, then they're going to win a lot of ball games.
Gotcha. I mean, I don't. I think last time I looked, they were 4 or 5 games out of the wild card. But I think they're like 10.5 out of first place, and they're
still hot.
So it's going to be kind of weird to see what they do at the trade deadline if they sell a little bit or buy.
They can't, like I said when we talked about this, they can't be a buying team right now.
They could buy, I think, a little, but not like go crazy because it's just not there this year. I did hear they're trying to move Frankie Montas though.
Well, I heard, and I don't know who the guy is, and now it's based on me what his name is, but there's somebody that I can't remember the guy. I'd have to look it up and we can talk about it next week. He was plays for the Oakland Athletics, and he's like a prospect that they have. They're talking the Reds are going to give up pitching to Oakland for this guy, and he could end up being like really good. But I can't remember the dude's name for the life of me. I just read it like a week ago.
I got you. Do you think like a guy like Jonathan India is going to be on the team after the trade deadline?
Part of me wants to say yes, and part of me wants to say no, but I think they should keep him for leadership. And like I said last week, India just comes out of nowhere, man. Yeah, he was for a while he was like wasn't doing nothing. All of a sudden he comes on like hot fire.
Oh yeah, he's a tough customer, that's for sure. Now switching to football, training camp started yesterday for the Bengals. I saw.
Yeah, and did you see Cody Rhodes was there from WWE? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Whoa!
He kind of looked like Eminem. Yeah.
Look like Cody. I thought Cody was a football player now.
I don't watch much wrestling, so I have no idea. Actually, I don't watch any wrestling, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think? How do you think they're going to do?
I don't know. 6 receivers is a luxury, man. I don't. You couldn't tell me another quarterback in the league that has 6 good receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just count them off, you got Chase, Higgins, Irwin, Burton, Jones, and Oshavas. If you line those guys up across the field, you can just go like this, and then you got Gesicki as your tight end, and you still got Eric All and McLaughlin as the other 2 tight ends.
Well,
you can just line your throw the ball.
But the only problem with that is how good your line going to protect you, because you don't have time.
The thing is, what you got to remember is they're big, tall guys, which means they're better to pass protect and run block.
Oh no, I get that, but if they're not working as a unit together, then they're screwed.
Well, we signed Demarius Mims, and that's huge. I think it was yesterday or the day before last, and that was big because they were saying they didn't know when he was going to sign, and that was a big deal, and he signed.
Gotcha.
Popped up on my phone, and I was happy. Do you remember when we used to do that little mock draft about back in the wintertime about who we thought we'd get, or Eagles or whoever?
Yeah.
If you're a Bengal fan or an Eagle fan especially, you can't be upset with your draft at all.
No.
I mean, your Eagles got Cooper DeZean and the one from Toledo. What's his name? Williams or the one from Toledo?
Right. I know you're talking, but they got 2 good cornerbacks in the draft.
And then we got Mims and Chris Jenkins.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you be mad?
I don't think you really could be mad, though. But yeah.
I think the Bengals had an awesome draft.
I think they're pretty good.
Well, you remember when we were in high school, and the year we graduated, and they were the number 1 pick because they were so bad, and they picked Danny Wilkinson out of Ohio State. Do you know who the number 2 pick was that year?
I don't recall.
Without looking it up, you don't know? No, in 1994, the number 2 pick was the Colts, and they selected Marshall Faulk, and we took Big Daddy at number 1.
But what was the need in '94?
The need was a running back and a D lineman, and they took Big Daddy and passed on Falk. And then the next year in '95, the Bengals took Kazada Carter, and then he got hurt.
Oh, I remember when he got hurt. Oh.
So 2 years in a row, we could have had Falk and then a D lineman, and we totally blew the whole entire thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're drafting their scouts now are a lot better than they used to be.
Yeah. Chris
Jenkins is going to be a player, man.
Gotcha. So, speaking, I mean, we usually don't speak about, besides the Eagles and the Bengals, we really don't talk about a lot of other teams, but started training camp, man. Looks like C.D. Lamb's not showing up for the Cowboys.
I know, right? How about them Cowboys?
It makes me sad.
I know you like to watch them cringe and cry.
That I
like
do.
They do a lot.
That I do.
I don't know, man. I've been saying this for a while. I think CeeDee Lamb's the best receiver in the league, and I think that is so stupid. I mean, what Adam Scheffler said today on the ESPN was that why, when you see that Justin Jefferson inked his deal, why would you not try to get a comparable deal to Lamb right away? It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since Jefferson signed his deal. So they drugged their feet. Now he's holding out, and he probably won't even play.
Well, the problem is they have too many guys. They have Dak, they have him, and then was it the linebacker that plays for them?
Micah Parsons. Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Out of the 3, I'd be paying Parsons. If I had to rank them in 1, 2, 3, it's definitely Parsons 1, Lamb is a very close 2nd, and Dak is a distant 3rd. That's all what I'm saying.
I would probably flip-flop it with CD being number 1, the linebacker number 2, Parsons.
Well, but they're not much of a separation there, though, because Parsons is damn good.
And then Dak 3rd, because I don't.
Yeah.
He's not that good without the rest of having CD Lamb.
But what's crazy is I don't think it bothers Dak because he still has the know-how to know that like a team like Vegas would give him more money when he leaves. He's just going to slide into a team like Vegas and have Devontae Adams, who's basically like CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have who's their running back now? Zamir White, a really powerful running back. I mean, a good defense. He's going to end up in Vegas. I'm almost guaranteeing you that.
But the thing with Devontae, man, he's like 31, 32 years old. Like,
He's getting old, yeah.
he's not a young.
But that's weird to say because 31 is not really old.
To me,
But in football terms, it is.
Because we're 48, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was just curious about how you felt about with CD Lamb and all that.
I think they should have pulled the trigger a little earlier. Obviously, they can't sit there and wait forever. I mean, they're going to lose their guy, man. If he really is the franchise, you know. Mm-hmm. What I was saying about why I would put Parsons above him is because every time that Parsons plays somebody like Philadelphia, a real good team, Parsons steps up. You know, it's the only thing about CeeDee Lamb, and this is taking nothing away from him, is the fact that last year Dak was running for his life, and CeeDee Lamb was the only one that could even catch the ball. So his stats might be, in my opinion, a little inflated with the fact that Dak would just look for him and just throw the ball. You know, and Lamb being big and have good hands, he'd come down with it. But, you know, Lamb never had anybody on the other side of him. So in his defense, he is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he's really good. But, you know, in the NFL anymore, it seems like these wide receivers coming out of college are really good. Might be able to be replaced.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If I'm picking number 8 right now, and if the rest of you guys let him slide because we don't know where he's going to be, I'm going to pick him number 8. I don't care.
I don't know if he'll slide that far. It's possible, but
he might. I mean, he might or might not. But if everybody's like, "Oh, is he going to play? Going to play?" And you know, I'll pick him.
That's true. Speaking of our draft, I'm going to give a shout out to Wings and Rings on Beachmont Avenue here in Anderson Township. On August 25th, we're having our fantasy football draft for our league, which is the League of Grumpy Old Men. And just wanted to give Wings and Rings a shout out. They've been really good to us in the past. We went to Crestview Hills last year. This year we're changing up the place or the location that we're going to, but I'm sure we'll have the same great service and food. And so I believe we're going to do the podcast from there again this year after our draft. So it's going to be very nice. It's going to be very exciting and fun. So.
Well, let me ask you just one question I have, and I'll be done talking. Yeah. When it comes to podcasts, if you had to pick between these 3, because I know you're a big fan of the Kelsey brothers, Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey. Yeah. Would you? And I know you know who Pat McAfee is. He used to be the punter for the Colts. Yeah. And you're not so familiar so much about Logan Paul, but he is a wrestler and a YouTuber. If you had to watch those 3 podcasts, Impulsive, McAfee's Show, or New Heights, how do you rank them?
Oh, jeez. McAfee or Logan Paul's show. You can flip-flop them second or third. I'll go with the Kelsey's number 1. Here's why.
Okay.
Logan Paul, I'm not a big fan of his. This guy walks around wearing a chain with his very expensive Pokemon card, like he's God's gift or whatever. And I don't like people like that too much.
Well, then don't you like me?
Oh, I do, but you don't wear a big old chain saying, look at me, look at me. But Pat McAfee, I'm not a big fan of his show. I don't like the setup. I just don't like the way he presents things. And then the Kelseys, I've always liked Jason Kelsey. Travis is cool, and they seem like they got their crap together when it comes to a podcast. You know,
I would say, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's all right. Go ahead.
I would just say that their podcast, the Kelsey's podcast, I think is the most like ours because I'm a lot like Travis, kind of colorful, where you're more like Jason, where you're conservative and ask really good questions. I think that as far as how I would rank them, though, I'd put probably Pat last because he can be a very annoying kind of character, and he's really kind of abrasive, and I don't really like McAfee that much because even when he's on Monday Night Raw, he's not a commentator wrestling. He's just like throwing things out there, and I just don't like that. Well, number 2 for me would be actually the Kelseys because I'm sorry, man. Number 1 for me, I'm a big fan, and the shout out goes to Logan Paul on Impulsive. I love that podcast. It's fun to watch.
It's not my
Hopefully Logan Paul sees me and hooks me up with a Pokemon card.
It's just not really. It's not really my speed. But speaking of the Kelseys, have you heard of their cereal that's coming out? The Kelsey.
I did. And I know what you're about ready to do, so I'm kind of excited for this.
Yeah. It's not on the shelf yet, but they did say what's going to be in this, and it's going to be Lucky Charms. Was it Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and some Reese Puffs? So, since we can't get it on the shelf yet, I thought I would get those ingredients and mix them together and try them on the show.
This is going to be cool.
We got the
Lucky Charms. Yep.
Open that up. Put those in.
Now, do you add milk or do you add water? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't like milk. People think I'm weird, but that's one thing. I don't like milk in my cereal. So we're gonna go.
What are you gonna put in there? Coffee?
I don't drink coffee, so.
No, what are you gonna put in your cereal?
I'm not going. This is gonna go totally dry, man. So
or dry. Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch next.
I don't even know if I've ever even tasted Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Really?
I don't know if I have. I mean, the other two I like.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I've tasted Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And then we got the best of the best, the Reese Puffs.
Yeah, they are good. They are good.
And Reese Puffs are the bomb. They're awesome.
Well, I ordered one of those 8-pack of variety packs from Walmart tonight. Yeah. So I'm going to start mixing cereals together myself and see what my cereal is.
Gotcha. So I have it mixed in. I'm going to spin it around.
Okay, so you're dropping some.
Can't let that stuff go to waste. All right, I'm going to spin it around. All right, we're going to take a bite. See if I got a little bit of everything in here. Oh, all right. Got the marshmallows or some puffs.
Marshmallows, mushrooms.
Some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. All right, I'm going to take a bite.
Taste it. Is that your new cereal of choice? I think the cinnamon would be too much for me, honestly. I don't mind cinnamon, but the Toast Crunch, I mean.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. It's actually really good, but since I'm a type 2 diabetic, it's probably not the best cereal for me to eat.
Yeah.
In the taste, you can taste the peanut butter puffs.
Mm-hmm.
And you can I had one of the marshmallows from Lucky Charms, a little Lucky Charms. And then, like you were saying, I had the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But like you were saying, does the cinnamon dominate it? Yeah, I would say that the cinnamon.
See, that's what I thought was going to happen too, and I don't think I've ever had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I don't know if I want to taste that.
It's not bad. I don't know if I would buy it.
Well, what's your favorite cereal? Just the one, like one cereal. Your number one. What is it? Because I don't have one. Because I go back and forth on what I'm eating, and I never really find one I like.
Well, I mean, I like Reese Puffs.
Well, I do too, but I don't have a number one at all.
But my number one, and me and my bonus daughter Amelia have been eating a lot of it lately, is Fruity Pebbles. Actually, good stuff.
Fruity Pebbles, okay.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles, good stuff.
Well, yeah, so once I figure out my number one, when I do my little test, then I'm going to figure out my number one, and I'm going to get Fruity Pebbles, and we're going to taste that together and see how it goes. But you won't know what my number one is because I don't have one.
Well, you have to figure that out, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to figure that out. But it's interesting. I just wanted to test it out and was trying to do something different on the podcast. You know, we usually just kind of ask each other questions and stuff, so I wanted to try something different. But it was interesting. It was an interesting mix. But real quick, wanted to give a shout out to my wife, Amanda. We just celebrated our 3rd-year anniversary yesterday.
Oh, yeah, cool. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been amazing. It's been amazing 3 years. And
I can't believe it's been 3 years already.
Oh, I know. It's insane. It went by really quick. But on this past Saturday, we went out and celebrated. We went to a place called Honey down in Covington. It's a restaurant. It's sort of like Southern comfort food. I had this big piece of chicken and smothered potatoes and gravy.
Oh, wow.
And
are you still type 2 diabetic or are you type 1?
No, I'm still type 2. We're good. Then we went.
Oh, you were like moving up the ladder, eating all that kind of stuff.
And then we went out for a little bit. We probably stayed out till about 4 in the morning, doing all kinds of different things. Just going out and about. So, but it was a good time. But man, I can't believe 3 years has gone by this fast. It's been an amazing 3 years, though.
It seems like your wedding was in September, though.
Well, I had two.
I know I'm playing, dude. You don't need to get into that.
We had a small one, and then we had a bigger one for everybody else. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, I never forget when you called me. You said, "Dude, I forgot to tell you, we already got married." I'm like, "What?"
I was like, "Oops, sorry."
Just wanted to do one by yourself.
But we had the second one, so everybody else was there. That was in September, but
I think that's one of the funniest things you've ever told me, except for when Matt said the year that he thought you were moving to Cleveland and he didn't know how to get to your house.
yeah, I remember that. But
You were telling me you were moving to Ohio, and he said, "Wait, that's too far.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes away."
Yeah, but I'm very happy, and I love Amanda very much. And it's like I said, it's been a great 3 years.
It's cool.
But yeah, it was pretty exciting. And then Sunday, I went out with my mom and dad, my mom and my brothers, to go see the movie Twisters, which was really good.
Twisters?
It was a good weekend. Yeah, it's a sequel to Twister.
Okay.
But it was a good week. It was good. I mean, good weekend. But yesterday was our big anniversary day. It was really amazing. So, but that's how my weekend went. How was yours?
Busy, because I ended up having to work the end of last week and then the beginning of this week. So today's my first day off in like 6 days or something like that, 5 days.
Oh, wow.
And for being part time, I'm not used to this. I had to work. Let me see. It was Friday night and Saturday. Friday night, Saturday night. No. Friday night, Saturday. Yes. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday morning, Tuesday morning. So I'm just so tired. I don't even know if I'm even saying it right now.
I got you. I could understand that, but now, I mean, it's been some exciting times with me and you and everything going on. But
Yeah.
is there anything else that you wanted to cover today or anything?
No, I just want to tell our fans that we love them watching us. I've noticed that on our likes and our views that we're getting a little higher than we used to get, which is a good sign. I mean, you can't be mad when people are watching us.
Yeah, I noticed we picked up a couple more subscribers too. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. Hopefully it keeps up, and if there's after you see this taping or whatever, if there's other things that you want us to talk about, we'll pretty much talk about anything. Just let us know in the comments, and we'll just keep it going. But till then, which will probably be maybe Sunday, we'll have another episode going on. This is Brian and Tim with the Dirty Cleats podcast. Have a great day.
See you guys.